Year 6 parents. The purpose of this workshop is to talk about reading comprehension, and the Year 6 is preparing for their SATs in reading comprehension. This is Ms. Gospodinova. Hopefully I'll manage to clarify things for you and hopefully help you help your children at home as well. Obviously, Year 6 are working towards gaining sufficient skills to pass their SATs papers successfully. And those skills are life skills as well, of course, so there's no need to explain the benefits from that. The SATs reading comprehension test is quite challenging. It's 1 hour long. The children are given 3 texts to read. The texts tend to be 2 fiction and 1 non-fiction, and the last text they need to read tends to be more challenging. It is chosen from old classics, so the language, etc., is can be a bit archaic and provides its challenges. The books are set at different times as well. They are expected to read one of the texts and then answer questions related to them, and then move on to the next one, and so on and so forth. There is a mixture of assessment focuses, so the types of questions obviously are vary, and these are the following assessment focuses that they're tested on. Word meaning, retrieval questions where they need to find a particular word or phrase in the text, summarizing parts of the text, inference questions, prediction, which tends to kind of is based on their knowledge of other texts they've read, and meaning as a whole. They often ask the question about the whole text. Author's choice of words as well to enhance meaning, and making comparisons. Okay, how do we teach reading comprehension? We have specially designated reading comprehension lessons once a week, where we teach the children on the different types of questions, how to answer them. Also, we work on their pace of reading and answering the questions, forming their answers so that actually they count towards their scores. We have daily guided reading sessions in which we read a chosen book. We tend to have a book every half term. The children enjoy the books we choose for them. They tend to be quite engaging texts, and we ask quite a lot of questions throughout those guided reading sessions, so that we test their understanding of the text, but also that helps with engagement, because deep understanding tends to work towards engagement. Also, we, for Year 6s in particular, we plan enrichment sessions whereby we invite some children to attend if we feel that they might benefit from maybe boosting their confidence or working on specific areas of need. And a very important part of preparing for reading, the reading test, is reading at home. Now, you probably will ask, how can I help at home? Well, we will provide for you a recommended reading lists. We tend, as teachers, to kind of advertise particular books, and the children would often kind of want to read those books. You could read with your child and discuss the text that your child is reading. For Year 6, that's not necessarily an expectation, but if you have time once a week, it will be beneficial. They can create at home dictionaries and or thesauruses of any unfamiliar words they've come across in those texts. and go back to them so that they kind of have a bank of ambitious words. As parents, you could be their model readers. If you personally read quite a lot, it would be a good idea to kind of maybe sit together and read alongside each other. Or sometimes it might be that it doesn't have to be for real, but you might recommend a book that you've enjoyed reading when you were younger. Yes, hearing your child read is also something that your children will probably enjoy, kind of spending a bit of time with their parent. If, for example, your child is not that eager reading, you could maybe take turns. You could read a paragraph, they can read a paragraph, or you could read a page, they can read a page. Our recommendation is a minimum of half an hour reading every day, and the consistency of that is crucial. It's basically a matter of being in shape as a reader, very much like exercise. And the expectation is that they write a summary of what they have read on that particular day. When they write it in their reading diaries, we check them daily and make sure that they're reading enough as well. I am going to now show you a video which talks about the format of SATs. Hopefully that will help. Bear with me while I swap screens. This video will talk about a little bit before that about GPS, the grammar, punctuation and spelling test. It's crucial that that side of learning is also going alongside reading, because that is important. It helps with understanding the text as well, but also it will give you an idea of another side of English that we teach at school.
Thank you for watching this short video about the Key Stage 2 tests, which our Year 6 children will be taking later this year. As you can see from the test timetable, there are 6 test papers over the course of the week covering the subjects of grammar, punctuation and spelling, reading and mathematics. All of the tests are completed over a period of 4 days. The first day of tests will focus on grammar, punctuation and spelling, for which there are 2 papers. The first paper is focused on grammar, punctuation and vocabulary, and includes a range of question types, including questions where children have to tick a box or select one answer, or to circle particular word types, such as the example shown here about pronouns. Later questions are more challenging, such as this example where children are asked to identify whether the word after is being used as a conjunction or as a preposition. The second test on Monday will be the spelling test. In this test, children have some sentences read to them, and they have to write the correct spelling into the gap. For example, in this case, the first word is discover. Later questions are more challenging. For example, the last word here the children have to spell is possession. On the second day, children will sit the reading test, which lasts for 60 minutes. The children have a reading booklet which contains a number of texts, including non-fiction. For each text there are some questions, such as this example that requires children to look at the text to find the answer. The test will also include fiction and perhaps some poetry. Questions here will ask children to think about the language that's used, show their understanding of the text, or explain choices made by the author. On Wednesday, the first maths papers are taken.
Okay, I'll stop the video here. We will have another workshop on maths. Hopefully that will help. I hope this was useful. We're going to send a reading recommended books for reading for Year 6s and some of the question types they're asked, so that could help you with doing some reading together at home. Okay, and hope to see you again for another workshop.